So today I want to talk about whether Native Americans and Native Mexican Americans, Native whatever indigenous Mexicans are the same thing, are the same people, because a lot of people are confused and so we have North America. North America before Columbus came, what was there in North America? Um, Indigenous people, Native people. Each of them belonged to different types of groups. Each of them had their own territory, depending where you were. It was everyone was part of. So some people were part of a big empire, such as the Inca Empire, the Aztec Empire, and etc. Different empires. All these people are Native American, and before that, I mean, there, so that happened, right? That was going on, and then the Europeans come. The Europeans come and they start conquesting, start creating territories, start fighting against other Europeans, and that's when we start splitting up um the territory. That's when the US has 13 colonies and so on, starts taking over these well, they got rid of the British, whatever British empire, whatever, I don't know, however you want to call it. I don't know the word. So then they started going towards west, towards California, and they started a fight with the Spaniards. So the Spaniards took over the majority of the U.S. as well. That's why we have, like Spanish. Well, if you notice, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's Spanish reservations, with the names such as Cortez and just so on. So, and then there's there's reservations with Spanish names, and um, we have, certain states that are in Spanish as well, like, I don't know, but there's some states that are in Spanish, I guess. And there's some streets. I don't know what is there like. I can't think of some right now, but like Colorado. Like, what does Colorado mean? Like colorful, right? I guess it depends, right? Um, but yeah, like everything, pretty much Mexicans and Native Americans from like these states of California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, etc., were invaded by the Spaniards. So I mean, when it comes to the Native American and Mexican history, it was pretty much the same until the U.S. started like taking over territories, and that's when they went over. Eventually, Mexico got rid of the Spanish Empire, whatever, and that's when they became independent. That's when, as well, the U.S. and that's when the U.S. fought Mexico for the territories, and well, whatever, they bought it, whatever. So up to that point, that's when treatment of treatment of the Native Americans and the Mexicans became different. How Native Mexicans were treated and how Native Americans were treated. So um, I know for well, based on history, I don't know from personal experience, but I know that Native Americans from certain parts of the U.S. Um, they were obligated to learn English. They were obligated to move to reservations. They took over their territory and placed them somewhere else. For my family, I'm not sure. I know that we've been living where we've been living since I think, well, I could trace records, I guess, to 18, 1890. I could trace records to 1890, just because I found my great grandpa on there. Um, the only thing that changed was the name. The name of the name of the town has changed. That's the only thing that I've noticed. Of course, when it came to territory, um, Spaniards were always like mixed people were always preferred. Mixed people were always given more of the land because they were seen as like um what's the word, beautiful, educated versus you know us. We were seeing like trash. So my family had to fight a lot to protect the territory, get their territory. I think one time eventually they set fire to the government office like a couple years ago. Well, not a couple years ago, but like like a long time ago, like a really really long time ago. They set fire to government office because they were being injustice when it came to giving out territory or splitting the territory. So that's that. Right now, like my family does not live on a reservation. We live on a how do I say it? Um, how do I say it? We live like I guess freely. I don't want to say we kind of we live freely. What? We live freely in a we live freely in an indigenous territory with territory laws. I mean native territory laws. So when it comes to like the community, you're supposed to kind of follow the laws, participate in the group, and just like so on and and what else? Um, I think that's it. I don't know what else to say. Um, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. That's all I could think of. But that's the. I mean, that's the only difference between Mexican natives and I mean, did I even say a difference? Okay, so like when people look at me, they say I look like a Pacific Islander. Um, I'm not even from the Pacific. My family comes from, well, part of my family does come from the, well, is by the Pacific, but my family like half is from like the Gulf Coast of Mexico. So half of my family is from the Gulf Coast of Mexico, and the other one's from the Pacific. So I mean, I think it's interesting how people say that I look like a Pacific Islander slash Asian, um, when I don't have family, from over there. So I think um, that's interesting that people say that I look like a Pacific Islander, like Filipino or something else. Where I'm not even close. Like my family history is not even close to the Pacific Islands. So my family is more close towards like the Gulf Coast of Mexico. And um, I wanted to say something about that, something else, but I can't think of it. I don't know. What are some differences that you think there is between like let's say Native Americans and like other Latin American countries that have Native American populations? if you know what I mean. If you what else? And what are some similarities? The only thing that separates Mexican natives and Native Americans is a wall and laws. But besides that, like, um, there's nothing else. Like genetically, they're the same, and like culturally, they're somewhat the same. Um, but then, like, you also have different types of cultures, practices. So I don't know, like in my family, we have animal sacrifice, we have offerings. So, like in every tradition, you'll see like an animal gets sacrificed or an offering, like a Coca-Cola or a chicken, something like that. You'll see some type of offering in our culture. So in my culture, every time we do something, it's always like killing a chicken and throwing blood at everyone. Well, not throwing blood at everyone, just like, but just offering. I have no idea why they do that. Like, to be honest, I get it, it's an offering, but still, like, I mean, the culture. I'm not here to judge. If they want to offer a chicken, that's on them. If they want to offer something else, that's on them. That's not. I don't know. So I guess that's something different compared to other Native American communities. We do offerings. We do kill animals, and then we um offer them. Sometimes cook, sometimes uncook. Sometimes you just kill it right away in there. Sometimes you cook it and you do the offering. Like, let's say you cook a turkey and you leave it there, and then yeah, okay, that's it. I'm embarrassed to do this video. Thank you for watching. Peace.